Hi, everyone. This is Coach Stephanie Wood, and I'm with Kellee, Kellee, Ratzlaff, Ratzlaff, like in Frank. And we're here at my podcast, Tap Into Your Body Confidence, where entrepreneurs unite to showcase their talents to the world. And with that said, Kellee, please tell people about just one of your projects and how they can connect with you. Thank you.
I am primarily a brand doula and an alchemical designer. So I work very intentionally with people to help them birth their most heart-centered businesses. And you can find me at adore.com, which is AWEDORE.com. That is something Stephanie and I have in common. We both want to bring more awe to the world.
Thank you, Kellee. And can you tell us about like a project that you're working on right now, or?
I am working with a nonprofit right now to secure expanding funding so that we can spend more time building curriculum to bring kids out in nature more and also teach them life skills and self-improvement skills and, just basic how do you get to know yourself type skills.
Wow, I love that. And you could find me at bodyawe, BODYAWE.com. And as Kellee knows from being with me several times on my podcast, I enjoy coaching women entrepreneurs to integrate better business skills into their business and also to enhance their confidence. And I do this with my body knowledge system. And with that said, Kellee and I were talking earlier in the week about, you know, what are the elements that we use personally to get to know ourselves? And of course, Kellee, I'm going to throw it over to you. What comes to mind?
Well, for me, because I am very empathic, one of the biggest keys to getting to know myself has been to dedicate alone time where I'm just in my own field and I don't have other people around. And then oftentimes I will take a little bit of time to journal or walk in the woods or meditate, anything that I can do just to be in my own frequency. And it's funny because as we become more sensitive to that and begin to understand ourselves more, my partner, my hubby, will give me a hard time because I'll joke that it's so quiet in the house when the dog is gone. And our dog is a quiet dog, but I still feel his energy level. So it's not like an auditory um thing, but I am able to pick up so much that even having like just the dog gone for the afternoon off playing with a friend or whatever will help me to really even be able to tell the difference between my energy and my animal's energy because I do pick up everything.
Well, that's beautifully said, Kellee, and I totally identify with that. I need alone time myself, and I also need movement time. To me, that, and you mentioned that, to move in nature or whatever, anything like that. But also, another factor that helps me know myself is being in other people's energies,
Hmm.
whether I like it or not. It shows me what I like about myself, what I don't like about myself, what I don't like about them, what I do like about them. But I think you need that connection. How do you feel about that one?
Well, I think that connection is critical, absolutely, but it has to start with knowing your own frequency first because what you're saying, you're like, I like to play off the other frequency and get a sense of who they are. But that comes from first knowing your own frequency. Because if you were an empath in like as a child, like I was, it took me decades of my life to be able to actually understand my own energy frequency and not just be taking in everybody else's all the time.
So, how did you decipher between theirs and yours? Because for me, just as a different take on it, theirs helps me to see mine more clearly.
So because it was a long time in my world before I could differentiate, um, it it was definitely like I had to have a big chunk of alone time. I had to really get to know my own energy frequency first, separate from having other people, because when other people are in my field, I just automatically receive it. I have what human design refers to as a focused aura. So my the way I take in the world is I really do bring it inside of myself first and then feel all the levels of that. So it has, yeah, it definitely for me requires me to know myself really well before I can actually discern what's the difference between me and them, because the fields intermix. And of course, that's our natural state. Our natural state as spirits would be that we are interacting and moving together with everybody all the time. And we can just intrinsically do that. So that is our more natural state. And then when we're in these beautiful individualized bodies, where we get to fractalize ourselves out and get to know ourselves as a unique I am, that's the juicy part. I mean, wouldn't you say that one of the beautiful journeys in your life has been getting to know yourself as a best friend?
Yes.
So I mean, for me, I definitely had to have a lot of that separation from others before I could really discern what was mine to carry and what wasn't.
Well, let me pause you here, Kellee.
Mhm.
Something is changing here for me because of what
Mm.
you said. Is I've always desired more alone time, and I
Mhm.
thought that was wrong.
Oh, yeah, we do have a culture that tends to overvalue extroverted interaction and undervalue
Because
introverted.
now they're going, oh, if we're just connecting with our phones and our Zoom links and all this stuff, and we're isolating. They're using I'm hearing from the media, they're using the word isolation. So how do you and me give ourselves permission to be alone without having this outside? Oh, you're isolating. Something's
Well,
gonna.
who cares? Who cares what other people want to think? This is about you and what makes you feel nourished and
All
loved.
right, there we go. There's the message of our podcast. No,
You
I'm
know?
serious, Kellee, because
Hmm.
I'm really identifying with what you say, and I'm seeing a lot of myself in your journey, but I've
Hmm.
never identified it until today. So, what would be the message for our audience today?
Is just to really love yourself enough that you can give yourself whatever permission you need to do the things that feel nurturing and supportive for you first, so that when you are interacting with others, you're giving from your saucer and not your cup.
You're
Bec-
coming from your soul. Now you're bringing up another metaphor
Mhm.
or a visual. You're coming from your saucer, which is what?
The saucer is when we feel full in our own space and full in our own nourishment, that we then feel we can go out and interact with the world and support other people externally.
I
That
love
should
that. And
not, that,
yeah, and it's crucial. So tell people, I don't want to give them too much today because everything we talk about is so juicy, as you say. How can people connect with you?
they can find me at my website, which is adore.com, AWEDORE. And I do offer, free Zoom sessions so we can have a discovery chat and get to know each other. I'm happy to connect, whether it becomes a business partnership or not. This is about really, really supporting our community.
And you can find me at bodyawe, BODYAWE, like an awesome.com. There's some goodies there for you. And you can learn more about my body knowledge system. And Kellee, I will see you again. Yes?
Yes, absolutely, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you.